welcome to this week's blog. Join me on the banks of the river again, on the River Dane. Different swim this week. It's a short trot. I'll show you the swim in a minute. Set up for the day is same as last week. Shimano reel, my 13-foot drilling Aculite. I've got a size 18 hook, and I'll talk more about the float in a minute, but I've not gone with the dome top this week. I know from experience in this swim there's a lot of smaller fish, so I need the sensitivity in the tip. So yeah, that's me set up for the day, and let's take a look at the swim. So it's standing room only today. I'd say no problem if you're a normal riverman, and that's the swim. Trot down the middle. I know it shallows up further down, just where that tree is, but the trot goes right off the tree, and then the option of going down the far bank. Bait tray, a Cheshire particle hemp with the hemp oil in, a red maggot, got my keep net in, and all my bits at the side, and I have got a heavy rod there in case it dies later on, just for something different to try. So yeah, let's make a start. Always the most exciting part of the day, the first trot down, because you never know what's going to be there. There's a fish straight away. One off the mark, a small little chublet. As I say on here, that's how it normally starts. You normally start a bite of chuck, and then it gets harder. The key is going to be sussing the feeding down the swim, holding back, there's another fish straight away. Another chublet. So, as I said last week, it always starts off like this, kind of like the bite's all over the place, but it does settle down. Right, so it's going fast apparent that towards the end of the swim it really shallows up like I thought, but the fish are finally settling down a bit and coming a bit more steady, and that is a cracking river roach, which is a good sign normally when they're in the swim, because the river has got a bit of colour today. It's normally a good sign for this peg. This peg normally is either full of minnows and gudgeon, or you can get a nice net of roach off it. So that roach is a really good sign. Just feeding 5 or 6 maggots every time, and literally a pinch of hemp every few trots down. Just holding back over the hemp, letting it go. A little knock, and every time you get a little knock, a pinch of maggots. The idea is to keep the fish down where you want them at a comfortable distance. Right, just getting onto the hemp now, holding back. As it gets down towards the hemp, that's generally where I'd expect them roach to hold. The chub will come up here because they're greedy, but your better fish will hold on the hemp. From a good sign with the roach to a very bad sign with a gudgeon. So yeah, I'm going to carry on persevering and see how we get on. So we're about 2 hours into the session now, and all the fish seem to have backed right down to the back end of the swim. It's gone really quiet in this area right here. I've tried putting a bigger bait out, see if there's a bigger fish about, but nothing's happening with that. And all the fish have pushed right down the back end of the swim now to get bites. I see fish like that coming, but where them chublets have gone, I don't know. Well, as normal on it, the swim died a bit, and went a bit further down the river. Look at that, perfect little baby barbel. As I say, my uncle's just had one further upstream as well, and yeah, there's gotta be better ones in the river, definitely. Something's producing them, so yeah. But isn't that perfection in miniature? Let's get this little guy back. Right, and like I always say in these blogs, little and often. And there you go, first better fish of the session. Just trickling the bait in, and yeah, it's the first better fish of the session that's come. So yeah, it's going well. Right, so as you've seen there, I'm getting plenty of skimmers. So just mixed up some ground bait in there. It's roach, dynamite baits, roach ground bait with some Cheshire particle hemp, and I'll just put it into a cage feeder loaded with maggots, and I'm just going to put that straight down the middle of the swim. Hopefully that will settle on the bottom and draw the bream in, the skimmers in, and if there's any proper bream about, I might have a go on a proper rig feeder fishing later on, but this is just purely to get some ground bait down on the bottom. So yeah, just going to feed that into the swim now. So what I'm doing now is just running the float over that ground bait that's on the bottom, as slow as I can, obviously targeting the skimmers. Still feeding to make sure that I get bait through the swim. Really holding that float back to replicate so obviously the bait that's on the bottom will go slower through the swim because the river moves slower on the bottom than it does on the top. There we go. The bites had gone iffy before, but just feeding that ground bait seems to have got the fish more concentrated on the bottom. Let's see if we can just get another one. Just slowing that float right down and it gets over the bait. That was a bite straight away. But yeah, the principle of it is get the bait on the bottom, the ground bait on the bottom, draw the bream in. I might even feed some pellets later on and see if there's any bigger bream about. But yeah, just fish this now till the bites stop. Right, well, due to flooding, we've had to abandon lower ground and move up here onto the seat box. Get a higher. It's not as good. Obviously, you want to be level with the water is best, but yeah, that's going to give way eventually, and I don't fancy swimming. So yeah, new vantage point. There we go. The best chub of the day so far, little chublet. And yeah, it's a lovely fish, fin perfect. It is amazing how there's so many of these in the river, but you don't really get huge shoals of the big ones. Where these go when they get to 1 and 2 pound, I don't know. But if you found them, you'd have a good day's fishing. But yeah, it's a perfect, fin perfect chublet. Let's get this guy in the net. And we're well into the afternoon now. I've had spells where fish have come and these chublets have moved back in, but this afternoon, the last hour or so, has been quite poor really. But yeah, coming towards the end of the session now, and we'll take a look at the net. That's the final net. I'm probably between 5 and 8 pound probably. Mixed net, plenty of skimmers and chublets, roach, and that barbel that we had. So yeah, nice day's fishing. Time to get these guys back. It'd be great if you could like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time.